Hello everybody, I'm Xiphos Fraznoir. Welcome back to King's Amalur, the Re-Reckoning on Very Hard. And we continue to where we left off and make some more improvements as well as quests. Let me think about where we're... I think we're heading to Cataract. That'll be a better choice.
Had a hard enough time just trying. So if you don't mind, let's make this quick. Or better yet, leave me to the... Keep safe.
You again? The Warsworn in the House of Ballads are north, but they send no aid. I've work to do.
Does no one else see? The widow! The widow is coming for us, and her brood comes with her. We'll be food before nightfall. We can't hold this island, these few buildings against them.
Let's see if what you got.
He'll have us carrying wooden swords and marching to our deaths. He doesn't care about this town. You can see it in his face. I run the inn here in Cataract. Nice, respectable way to make coin. Unlike those foolish silk farmers. Maybe if the inn was in a fit state, but there aren't any rooms for rent right now. You're welcome to sleep if you can find a spare bit of floor. How most in town made their living before the attacks, collecting the webs from the wood and weaving it into cloth and such. Damn scavengers. She's as old as webwood and twice as menacing. She's the devils of this forest incarnate, that's what she is. I heard tales of war and demons, stranger, but none as chilling as the widow's. And now she's coming for us. What are you thinking? That we asked for this trouble by living here? That we're somehow to blame for this? What did any of us do to deserve this? What could anyone do to deserve this fate? Beware the forest.
Which guy upgrades houses and do other stuff again?
You again? With all your comings and goings, I thought you might have forgotten us. The Warsworn in the House of Ballads are north. I've work to do.
Must have been that guy. I just had to double check some things just to make sure. So I missed nothing here. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing I should be importantly doing is putting everything in a chest here. I got plenty of room now, so I should be good. I need to get some upgrades while I'm at it. Got a lot of gold in my pocket.
Welcome.
With so many of our young ones at war, it's become...
Mark my words. Bringing a Fae into the village will only cause our... Stick around. Welcome to Gorehart Inn. Stick around.
What was it? Oh, here we go. Looks like I got extra points, so that's pretty good. And that was worth the investment.
What's this? Kill the Krast brothers. Bring me right then.
Yeah, I already know that.
Hi.
Give me a second, guys. I'm searching on my computer real quick. This would be a good investment. Alright, so let's go get what we need. Oh, that's the exit.
Let me take a look at you. Ooh, very fair you are. Too fair for the House of Ballads, that is certain. I tend to enjoy the company of mortals. So fleshy. I'm Ilova, instructor in the persuasive arts. That includes seduction, but you probably guessed that.
Ooh. How about give me persuasion?
Looking forward to it. Always a pleasure to gaze upon your sweet face. Well, how can I make you smile today? I was brought here by Ferrara himself. Forbidden love can lead you in the strangest of directions. Here I am at the House of Ballads, and I won't even hold a sword. Care to be my squire? Intense relationships they are. Very intense. Many moonlit evenings are expected. The ballads sing of her as a winter-court witch, and that she wishes to wither the summer. Me, I believe her affections for Wenson are quite real. I've met him, I know. I can make almost anyone do almost anything. Don't believe me? Ask one of my many admirers. I'm willing to make you privy to my secrets. For a price.
I could do it again. I already got it from her, so that should be fine. There's the person.
Welcome. You've come to the right place, my friend. Yes, you have. This is where all the grandest questing goes on. Right in this bottle. Hey, old Ukobal will teach you everything you need to know about alchemy. A pinch of this, drop of that. Not much to it, really. Tell me what you need and I'll see to it you get a bottle. That is, unless I've consumed it all in a fit of fancy. Care to learn? I can hardly discern one of you creatures from another. I mean no offense, of course. I simply don't care. Dig for the rumors elsewhere, my friend. I really don't remember how I came to be here. So long as no one tells me to leave, I'll carry on, spinning my own song long after everyone else is gone. Go on, then.
Welcome, ageless one. I am Arvia, but I suspect you know that already. The tides of fate have washed me upon your shore, and I am here to do your bidding. I am but a tool of the Destinies, a mouthpiece for their changing voices. I do not know how I know what I know. It has been that way since I first stepped from my hollow. You act as though we're strangers. That's not true, is it? In many a dream you've come to me. Even in death you've brushed my consciousness. I am here for you, to guide you on a careful separation of the threads of fate, and to ease you into a more appropriate plane. Lord Isa had great faith in Wenson, and his instincts have proven true. But all kingdoms fall, and all kings fall with them. There is no clear victory for the House of Ballads. I see nothing. Only you. Yes, it's true. She exists, skirting the edges of my consciousness. But I am unaware of her intentions. That is more troubling than anything else. Until we meet again.
Wait, what?
You have earned my respect.
Oh, it's just a squire. Okay. A weird spot for a placement. Not judging.
Glynel, I assure you it's an ancient codex, just like in the tales.
I hear something.
Intriguing. Why would such a thing be revealed to a child of dust? You have done well, Morn. Welcome to the Summer Sanctuary, where the seeds of knowledge are sown and nurtured. I see you are a stranger and a mortal. I am Green, and I possess the healer's warmth. You have need of my services? Have you been injured in your mortal war? All of us of the House of Ballads live to serve Wenson and the court. They are the lords and ladies of tradition, embodiments of Fey glory. Without them, we are nothing. If you ask me, our kind should be moving east to aid the Alfar. We are part of a bigger world now. The telling has changed. We cannot ignore what you call the future. For our kind, healing is simply a matter of asking our bodies to mend themselves. For one like you, it's more complicated. I don't know how you lasted this long. I do what I can. Most of the time, it's not enough. I've learned much from the dying races. Life is precious. Our kind often forget that. Stay well.
Good day. How can I help you? You are the mortal I've been hearing about. How dare they say you're meek? Why, to me, you look as fierce as a troll. The songs of the House of Ballads are not simply stories. They are part of the magic that unites us all, summer and winter alike. They move through us like the seasons. There are some who believe our time of glory is on the decline, that our ballads will fade into mortal history like whispers. I say, never underestimate a good story. I can help you with any gems or shards. Speak to them on your behalf. It isn't as hard as you might think. Unless they're stubborn, of course. My telling is not one of battle and bravery, but of binding. I served Wenson himself back when the great ballads were new. We did not sing them then. We lived them. I will be here waiting.
I feel bad for him.
And here I was beginning to think that you'd never show up. This is Lionel, Lore Master of the House of Ballads. Give the Codex over to him, and he may have your answers. I'm a woman of many talents, and we're all taught that we must use our talents for the greatest good, right? The Codex of Fate is no simple lore stone. It's more subtle and complex than any mortal could comprehend. But a lore master of ballads may be able to interpret it. For a long time, they were content to keep to their play of the summer and winter courts. Now we fight Gadflow and the Tuatha for our very existence. The Winter Court, or the Unseelie, embrace the destruction and decay of nature. They aren't evil, but they aren't exactly the best of friends. Normally they share power peacefully with the Summer Court. But since the Tuatha have seized power, there is neither peace nor predictability. A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. The Tuatha are a radical sect of Fae within the Winter Court, led by Gadflow and his insane rants about their new god. They've taken power and declared war on mortals. They use raw Prismia to enhance their power, and their devotion borders on madness. But the most terrifying thing to the Fae is simply the fact that their siblings have changed so completely. You haven't been around much, have you? The Tuatha have been pressing west from their home in Alabastra. Right now, they're only threatening my people. But if we fall, the Tuatha will turn their eyes to the other mortal races. The Summer Court, or the Seelie Fae if you prefer, embody the growth and energy of nature, but they can still be as aloof and uncaring as a brutal summer day. The current High King of the Fae is Titarian, the wisest of the Summer Court. While Gadflow has undermined the Winter Court, he tries to keep their cycle in balance. Titarian isn't quite what you'd expect from the High King of Summer, but he hasn't got the arrogance of his cousins, or their cheer. Ever since Gadflow killed the High King of Winter and started the war, Titarian has become distant and melancholy, and blind to the dangers around him. Lionel's one of the greatest balladeers amongst the Fae, and the most learned lore master you'll find outside of Issa. And as it happens, he owes me a favor. The Fae do not have a written language, so their tales are their lifeblood, their history, and their future all in one. The House of Ballads is where they enshrine these legends and celebrate them time and again. We've known for a long time that Prismere crystals allow us to store and focus magical power. The gnomes use it in their grander inventions, when they can get it. But we have no idea how Gadflow got a hold of so much of it. It makes his Tuatha the most dangerous army I've ever seen. Lore Master Glional has devoted centuries to the study of lore and ancient Fae stories. The codex he found isn't just any lore stone. Just talk to him, and I'm sure he'll be able to shed some light on the issue. Be on your way.
You must be Lady Shear's friend. Speaks very highly of you. An occasion rare enough to be worth recording in its own right. But let's see this codex. The fabled Codex of Destiny. When the Fate Weavers formed their order, our High King gave his own wisdom to assist them. To have such knowledge in your hands is a tremendous gift, but why did it reveal itself to you? Nonsense. All children of dust have a story that is written before you see your first dawn. Now, I can only make out some parts, but this is odd. The Codex speaks of an exception, a void, an end to the endless. This is simply too much. The High King would never pawn such absurdity off as wisdom. I'm sure you think it is. I fear you must have been taken in by a forgery. A perfectly created one, perhaps, but a forgery nonetheless. This codex speaks of impossible things, changes to fate, death of the immortals, and other heresies. Ascribe these lies to the High King would be. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to take it away. I will have no part in these lies.
But I'm immortal.
Every creature has its story. The wake it leaves behind in its travel. That is a telling. It is a narrative of defeats and victories that give every life meaning. Our Fae telling goes on from creation deep into the hidden end. Until then, we celebrate the small songs, the ones that celebrate the spring in which we find ourselves. For you, tales are naught but a reminder of your inevitable decline. But for the Fae, our tales are eternal reminders of our truest selves. Here we celebrate the very heart of our kind. The greatest of our tales, reborn and relive. All of us in the Western Faelands are subjects of High King Titarian. Our presence maintains the natural balance, bringing the green of spring at winter's end. We are the story that is told in every age, with different words, the same meanings. We are the blazing summer and the brooding winter, forever following one another. We are as we have always been and shall ever be, no more and no less. He is an offense to our people. He upsets the natural order, and his war breaks the cycle. I will speak no more of him. His wisdom is above us all, even the lords and ladies of the House of Ballads. The High King guides us in all the grand telling of the Fae. As antiquarian, I'm keenly aware of the lesser ballads in Fae telling, and do my best to ensure that they're not lost in the wide river of time. I'm keeper of the Echo Stone here in the House of Ballads. It has only come to us recently, but I find its purpose most fascinating. The role of the storyteller is the most important to the Fae in the Court of Summer. He watches the telling as it unfolds. His gaze is not on one ballad, but all of them. It is a new relic crafted by several of our most attuned Fae mages. Usually the notion of new repels me, but in this case, I can't help but feel a spark of curiosity. The Echo Stone can be used like a lore stone to experience past narratives, stories that have long since left the lips of their tellers. However, one can only use the Echo Stone if he has the right matching cairn, a magical key devised by Hallam the White himself. There's a meaning to it. Only its author can tell you. Do not bother me with such foolishness again.
Lionel spends his life cherishing old stories, but show him something truly new, and he dismisses it. Tragic. First of all, we ignore this fool. Most Fae aren't comfortable with change, and you are certainly something new. I'm afraid that only one person will really be able to help us with the Codex, the High King himself. It will be difficult. His court is in the city of Issa. Very few mortals are permitted in its gardens. I do know one individual who can grant you permission to enter, but you'll have to meet him alone. Nerulem is a private person, and he carries a grudge against me, although perhaps person isn't the right word for him, nor is him. You'll find him in southeast Dalantoth, at Caer Nerulem. Just head towards the giant tree, and, well, you'll see. That codex isn't just a complicated lore stone. It seems to tell a tale most Fae don't want to hear, and created by High King Tatarian himself, no less. Interesting. Nerulem is the oldest living mortal. He remembers the time before even the Fae called these lands home. You should see how they cherish him. He rarely grants an audience to visitors. His tenders say he knows the future as well as the past. It makes him very particular about what he says. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflow and his army, but we should have, and now we're all facing the price. That old coward. He may have lived 100 heroic lives, but he's lost the moment he faces something truly new. Pathetic. You'll have to meet him on your own. I'd accompany you, but Nerulem and I have our disagreements. Good luck with Nerulem, and
The king expects you in the south. Make haste. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we're at Shouldering Keep. There should be a trainer here.
Greetings.
Forsworn proud.
That's the dining hall.
If you're here to join, stranger.
Greetings. This is the Shield Ring Smithy. If you need repairs, I can help with that. If you want to be scolded by a sour greybeard, talk to Halder there.
Oh. I guess
Repairs
so.
are an awful chore. Forging new things is a fine feeling, but there are days I long to wield the weapons I make. Oh, he's a fine blacksmith. Or he would be if he ever lifted his arm anymore. He prefers telling me how I'm lifting mine wrong. It's too green here. Too warm. Too many bugs and boggarts making a racket. I prefer the whiteness and silence of snow. Goodbye now.
Are you a new recruit then? Why not? Go on and talk to Tyne Delfric. Sign on as a hireling. Or don't. See if I care. Say what you want. The Fae are remarkable, true wonders of the natural world. Of course, they tend not to look upon us so fondly. Shieldring Keep has long been a source of tension between the Warsworn and Fae of this region. If they have suggestions on how to move elsewhere, I will gladly listen. You've met that surly bastard, then? You're lucky he didn't twist your hand off. This fortress has been a fixture in the forest for as long as anyone can remember, although I'm sure the Fae would have something to say about that. It was built on the ruins of Forgefire Keep, which was built on the last few stones of Hammer Rock, the great Varani war temple. Castellan of this keep and Ancient of War, which means he runs things here, and he runs things for all Warsworn, everywhere. The Warsworn's where skilled warriors belong. We won't have thieves or skulkers in our ranks. If you can fight with an honest weapon in your hand, then we'll have you. Aye, for now.
A novice of the blacksmith's craft, if ever I saw one. I see it in your hands. But you could be better, couldn't you? Don't be proud, it's true.
Oh, there we go.
I could be persuaded to show you a bit of proper technique, I suppose. If you were hoping I'd mend something, you want Fiona over there. That's my pupil there. She's a bright spark, she is. Green, though. Wants to run and play with swords too often. All you need know is I'm sworn to war and a blacksmith to my bones. I can teach you a little if you don't wear out my patience. Our skill at the forge is near as famous as in combat. Ought to be more famous.
Hey guys, oh wait. Sorry to cut this short. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and stay tuned for the next video. Bye bye and let's go!